Today's episode starts out with an unboxing. I'm Professor Voqas, and this is Harry Potter, Wizards Unite. Alright, I've got a couple things in this box right here. I ordered two things, actually. I guess it'll be somewhat of a giveaway. Two things from the Universal Studios Orlando floor. So, one small thing and one big thing. So I have the small thing in my hand. It was right up top. Anyway, let me show you this. Let me open it first. There we go. So I definitely had, this is a pin, a Deathly Hallows pin. Just a little normal stick pin anyway. So I got a Deathly Hallows pin. I thought it was pretty cool. But the second thing that I got was definitely a little bit more, a little bit of a bigger thing. So, ugh. What could it be? Just looks like a big black rectangle, I know. I'm going to have to stand up for this. I'm still not sure if you can tell what it is. Let me get the crest really close. There you go. You can see that a little bit better. Anyway, I did finally order my Hogwarts robes. So, Ravenclaw, of course. Let's put them on. Oh, there we go. Nice. They're a little warm at the moment, for sure. But they fit pretty well. Anyway, exciting. I do have an announcement later in this video, and it pertains to what I'm wearing right now. Stay tuned. All right, let's go ahead and get to that August calendar. So the first event on the August calendar, and yesterday's video I did mention it's still going to be two brilliant events, a part 1 and part 2, a community day, and a wizarding weekend. So the formula hasn't changed for this month in any meaningful way. The first event this month is August 8th. That's a Saturday, and it will be a community day. It'll be revolving around wizard challenges. So going into Night Bus is what, for most of us, that's what that means now, but it would be fortresses in general. And there's not a ton of information right now about it. Certainly when the information comes out, I'll put a guide out about it. But what we do know right now is, as with most events, the energy on the ground will give us 5 energy, so that helps us at least continue to play the event and recharge our energy a little faster than when it's not 5 energy. It also says it'll have special assignments that is going to reward us with gold, spell books, experience, all the normal things that we would get. It also mentions that wizarding challenges are going to reward us with spell energy, which is nice to replace some of the energy we probably just used, as well as increased challenge experience. So a good time potentially to rank up your challenges and get spell books from ranking up, of course. And probably the biggest part of it is that wizarding challenges in Forest Chamber 4 or above, using any runestone in that, will guarantee a family fragment. So 100%, which is pretty fantastic for any of those registry pages you're still trying to get those fortress foundables for. It just means that when you use a family runestone, if you use a Magizoology runestone, you're going to get one of the Magizoology family fragments that come from fortresses. And 100%. So that will be a good thing, at least for that day, is to really look through your registry and try to find those foundables that you need and really plan on running fortresses with those runestones. But it does have to be Forest Chamber 4 and above. So if you haven't unlocked to that point yet, that would be a good goal for you before August 8th, is get yourself unlocked to at least Forest 4. And because then when you get there, you can just run Forest 4. And I guess a lot of people would probably run Forest 4 on that day and no higher, because the least amount of energy you have to use, just a lower chamber, so it'll be easier, and you're getting these guaranteed drops. So great way to fill out the registry. And moving on to the other events that we do not have as much information about, but we do at least know dates and just a little bit about what they're going to be. August 11th through the 18th will be the first year at Hogwarts Brilliant event. And the only real information we've got about this is that you're going to help return foundables from Diagon Alley, including goblins and the Monster Book of Monsters, which I am excited about because the Monster Book of Monsters is holding up the registry page I have from prestiging. I have everything else green starred, and the Monster Book of Monsters, I still need that. Although I have been gaining some from this event because it's an aguamente, so I've definitely seen more. So I may actually have it finished before this event finishes, but if I don't, that's going to help me finish that out. And like normal, between the part 1 and part 2 of the event, they always put the Wizarding Weekend. It will be from August 21st through the 24th, and it will revolve around the wonders of the Wizarding World, and the 2 foundables they mentioned specifically are the Weasley's Flying Car and the Whomping Willow, which is interesting because we have the Whomping Willow right now. I've seen a lot more of those than I've ever seen. But it'll be nice to have it back anyway, especially if we get the other foundables on that page to be able to then prestige that page again if you need to. And then the last event of the month, which actually does extend into September because it's August 25th through September 1st. It's the First Year at Hogwarts Brilliant Event Part 2. And it will include brilliant foundables from Hogwarts, specific, not Legend of Hogwarts, but the Hogwarts, the 9 3/4. 9 3/4, which will include Professor Sprout and Professor Flitwick. So that'll take us to September 1st. So that's just a quick rundown of all the August events. As more information comes out, I'll certainly put guides out about each of them, so you should see a guide about Community Day pretty quickly because that'll be the first one coming up. And lastly, I will actually be going on a vacation during August to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Orlando, Florida. So I'll be going August 17th through the 22nd. Which means I'll be there at the tail end of the part 1 of the Brilliant event, because I'll be there on the 17th and it ends on the 18th. And then I'll be leaving right as the Wizarding Weekend starts. But I will be there at the parks for 2 of those days, which will be nice. And in fact, for the Brilliant event, where we have foundables from Diagon Alley, I should be able to go to Diagon Alley to catch those, which is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to this trip and taking you guys with me in just a couple weeks. All that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Knox.